Okay.
Okay, we're good to go.
Good. Good evening. I'd like to call the December Greater New Haven WPCA Board meeting to order. Debbie, would you read the roll call, please?
Joyce Salton,
Here.
Salvador DeCola,
Present.
Robert Falsigno, Ray Pompano,
It's muted.
He's here.
Here.
Stephen Mongillo,
Here.
Russell Steer,
He's here.
Jeffrey Ginsburg, Clayton
Jeff on?
Williams,
Here.
Plays on.
Michael Finiani.
Here.
Jeff's not on.
Thank you. So Jeff is not on?
Not yet.
Hold on, let me see scissors.
Jeff and Bob Falsigno.
Can you get in? You should be in. Everybody's in. All right, you got to try and get in again because everybody else got in. All right, Jeff is on now, so we're just missing you. Oh, yeah, you're Sid. Sid, you were just there. There's Sid. All right, you should be getting in now. All right, Ernie Sid is in.
Do we have Clayton on?
Clay is on.
Yes, I'm here, Steve.
Clayton, would you read the
You're in, Sid.
resolution tonight?
Yep, happy to.
I can see your name. Ernie, Sid need to be turned on. It says his name, but he said it's not showing his picture.
Says he's connecting to audio.
Not on my end.
He's got to do it on his end.
He has to connect on his end through the proper icon
Here we go.
on his
You gotta
email.
hit start video.
Got it, start video, Sid? Well, it says you're doing something. What does it say? Connecting to audio?
Connecting to audio, yeah.
Jeffrey's here. How are you, Jeff?
Hey there. How are you, Clayton?
I said, I'll put you on speaker. All right, go ahead, Steve.
Okay, first item on the agenda is approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Moved.
Who is that?
Joyce.
Joyce, thanks. Second?
I'll second.
Thanks, Jeff. Has everyone looked at those? Are there any corrections, omissions to the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Minutes pass. Item 2 is public participation. Do we have anyone from the public?
Oh, we don't.
There's no public participation. We'll move on to item 3, Clay.
Item number,
Yeah,
are we set? Item number 3, that pursuant to section 1-225B of the General Statutes of Connecticut and section 2.10 of the bylaws, the schedule of the regular meetings for 2020. Am I on the right?
No,
no.
you're not, that's not the right one, Clay.
I'm on the wrong one. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second.
Item 3.
I thought I had this all set. Give me a second, guys. I got to bring it up.
Yeah, that's the wrong month.
Yeah, I got the wrong month. Sorry.
All right, I can read this one.
I got it. I got it. Item number 3.
Yeah,
3, please.
Give me. I'm just scrolling down to it. Okay. Item number 3. Consideration and approval of a resolution authorizing the executive director.
Please read the resolved, Clay.
Sorry about that. Resolved that this has to do with Arcadis.
yes.
Yes, thank you.
I'm sorry. That the agreements with Arcadis US Incorporated and O'Neill Accounting and Consulting LLC for services related to the preparation of a cost of service study as further described in the exhibit to agenda item number 3, in an aggregate amount not to exceed $32,000 are hereby approved, and the executive director, Sidney J. Holbrook, be and hereby is authorized, empowered, and directed for and on behalf of the authority to negotiate, execute, and to deliver such agreements and any and all reasonable and necessary documents in furtherance thereof.
Thank you, Clay. Do I have a motion?
I'll move.
Thank you. Second?
I'll
second. Thanks, Joyce. Okay, Gabe, you can
Yeah,
talk
this
about
is
this.
our annual, we do it in December's meeting. This is the cost of service study that'll start in January to take place for the budget process that begins in July. We haven't got the estimate. Last year was around 30. We added a couple thousand to it because we have some more FEMA stuff that needs to be worked on. Because we did get a bunch of FEMA grants last year. So a little more time spent, I think, but overall it should be plenty of money, and we need it as part of the budget process, so.
Okay. Any questions for Gabe? I mean, they've done a great job in the past. I'll call for a vote then. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstaining? That motion carries as well. All right, we're on to item 4.
Resolved that the agreement with Bear Sales Incorporated for the purchase of a new camera truck in an amount not to exceed $191,604.60, as further described in the exhibit to agenda item number 4, is hereby approved, and the executive director, Sidney J. Holbrook, be and hereby is authorized and empowered for and on behalf of the authority to negotiate, execute, and deliver such agreement and any and all reasonable and necessary documents in furtherance thereof.
Thank you, Clay. I have a motion.
So moved.
Thank you. Second?
I'll second.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Who's going to talk about this? Gary?
I'll talk about the transaction, Steve, and then Gary can add in regards to the camera truck itself.
Okay.
We've been going back and forth on this camera truck for a couple of years. I mean, we're still utilizing the East Haven camera truck that came over in 2005. And it was an older vehicle then. A lot of the things that we've done to the existing camera truck, we're going to be able to keep some of the equipment along with some of the stuff that we're going to get for the new camera truck. And believe it or not, we're still getting $55,000 for the old camera truck as a trade-in. This was part of the original budget that was approved as part of the budget process. And the next item is a budget transfer because it came in a little higher than we actually thought. This is an invaluable piece of equipment. I mean, literally the camera truck gets used every single day. And it's by being able to utilize this high-tech equipment has saved us umpteen amounts of money in regards to not having to dig up locations that normally prior to the camera truck, we would have had to blindly dig up. So it's an expensive piece of equipment. It'll last for 20 years and well worth the money.
Gabe, is this a vac truck?
No, this is a TV truck.
No, he means what kind of, he said Mac is what kind of.
No. I said, is it a vac truck with a camera on it?
No, this is a truck devoted strictly to TV.
Oh, yeah, it's only for TV, Steve. It has, it's literally like an office on wheels. It's got a computer inside. They have the cameras on the tracks. They stick them in the stores. It's not a vac truck. I thought he said, no, it's not a vac truck.
Okay, and we've had this for 15 years and we've been using it.
That since we took it over from East Haven.
And it was older then. I'm not sure. What is the year of that truck?
It's a late 80s truck.
Yeah, so I mean, that truck has been here 30 years. It's been in service.
Okay,
30 years later, it's still worth $55,000.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't get rid of it.
Yeah, well, we talked about it, but the guys actually didn't want to get rid of it, but we never really find that we utilize more than one at a time. And it's starting to require more maintenance than we really want to be dealing with.
In what aspect?
Was one of those Grumman bodies on it, so aluminum?
It has a good body, but it's starting to really require some significant.
You were having problems with that, and that was getting to be costly to fix that, so the reliability was not there. So that's why we opted to get a new one.
That's a quarter of the value of a new truck too. We could put that money into the new truck.
Right, that's what's wrong with it.
So is this price net of the trade-in?
Yes, the 174, 186 is net of the trade-in.
Net of the trade-in. So
The original
vehicle-
truck is 229, 186.
Got it.
The camera equipment is how old? We're keeping the same camera equipment?
We're getting some new equipment with the new truck, and we're keeping some of our other add-ons that we purchased recently. Like a year ago, we purchased some new equipment for the old truck that we're going to keep. We are giving some of the older equipment as part of the trade-in.
Yeah, the
Okay.
crawler, the crawlers that take the TV down the line is what we're keeping, from that truck, but we are getting a new computer and monitor inside of the truck. So we've definitely, spaced out what we wanted and getting rid of some of the, the older stuff that would be more costly to bring over to a new truck. A lot of the loose equipment is easy to move over, just whatever you attach to the cable.
Sounds good. Sounds like you thought it out. Any other questions for Gary or Gabe? All those in favor of this motion?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries as well. Item 6, Clay.
I think we're
Item 5.
I'm sorry, item 5.
That's fine. Item 5, resolve that the department budget transfer requests as described in the exhibit to agenda item number 5 are hereby approved.
Okay. Do we have a motion on this? Mike, second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ray. Okay, Gabe?
Yes, the first, we have a new one that Ernie will bring up on the screen. The one that you got in your package is for the camera truck, and we're transferring $41,605 from the pump station improvements and moving that to the camera truck so we can fulfill the purchase. The original budget was for the truck only, and we added the equipment to the truck as we had it for the bid process. So this is the money that's necessary to actually fulfill the purchase.
Okay.
Ernie has brought up the second one on the screen that you should be able to see. And this one is $35,750. This is from the electricity account, and we're moving that into the building maintenance and services. Part of it is being used for the continuing disinfection cleaning services at the plant. And we also are purchasing our own equipment and chemical to do our own disinfection for the COVID. It costs us, every time we have a treatment, it costs $2,000. So we've purchased the equipment, two electrostatic guns, and the chemicals for about $3,600 for the guns and whatever the chemicals are. And we're going to train 2 of our guys, and they're going to do it on the weekends ourselves. Some of this money spent for the COVID stuff, including the equipment and the treatment, we will get some amount of reimbursement from FEMA. We've been approved for like 8,000 or 9,000 on the first part, and then the second part, which is the big one, we'll get some more money. So we're putting in for reimbursement from FEMA on these COVID-related costs. So far, we've been approved. So we don't know the dollar amount, but the approvals are moving forward.
Dave, we're pulling this from electricity. We expect we'll have enough in that account.
Yeah, we're fine with that account.
Okay. Any questions for Gabe on this? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Item 6. Clay, item 6.
Resolved that the agreement for access to facilities with Fairhaven Community Health Clinic, Inc., as further described in the exhibit to agenda item number 6, is hereby ratified, approved, and confirmed in all respects, and the executive director, Sidney J. Holbrook, be and hereby is authorized and empowered for and on behalf of the authority to negotiate, execute, and to deliver any and all other reasonable and necessary documents in furtherance thereof.
Thank you, Clay. Do I have a motion?
I move the item.
Thank you. Second, Mike, appreciate it. Gabe, you're going to talk about this as well?
Yeah, this is the agreement. I mean, I know that we've pretty much spoken to everybody. We didn't really want to wait for the meeting, so we have agreed to it, and we've spoken to everybody in detail on it. They're utilizing it. It's amazing. They do 260 to 300 tests a day. They start lining up at 8 o'clock in the morning. They don't open till 9. They really are doing a great job over there. This is basically the same agreement. Basically, Glenn did this and worked with their attorney to put together something that's fairly comprehensive and includes our insurance requirements. We have no liability as this related to this, but this is kind of the agreement that we did with UConn when we were doing that project at the plant, when we were doing the what was that thing? Biodiesel. That biodiesel. So we started out having discussions with the Fairhaven Health Clinic to see if we could get our guys tested. And one thing led to another. They needed the spot. Gary's guys cleaned out the warehouse and moved the stuff temporarily to other locations. Fairhaven sanitized it, sealed the floors, and literally put together and built up a center for testing. And it's working out very nicely for them. And our guys have full access to getting tested pretty much at will.
Do any board members have a question on this?
Yeah,
Are we getting any?
did they want more facilities because of the surge?
They were actually in the process of, before the surge, they were even looking for space. They had a realtor they hired and they just couldn't find anything because they wanted to stay in their location. They're on Grand Avenue, so they didn't want to get too far away from their location. They were working out of a tent in their yard or parking lot. And as it got colder and as it was raining, the tent was leaking. And they had so many people that needed testing that they were concerned that that the people who were there for other medical issues were in close proximity to the people who needed to be tested. So they were, very much concerned that that was going to be an issue. So this site is only used for testing.
Yeah, as Gabe mentioned, this was an opportunity for us to do something for the community. We had the capacity to get our people tested, and the agreement is essentially to make sure there's no liability on our part. So it's a very good endeavor.
So Gabe, this is on East Street?
Yeah, it's right across the street from us, Ray. There's a warehouse that we utilize for storage, and we built a training facility in there.
Yeah.
And so it was perfect for their needs. And the state came down, the State Department of Public Health came down. They loved it. They were very happy about it. They approved it on the spot.
Yeah, I think there was a write-up in the register on it.
Oh, good.
293 East Street.
Yes, that is it.
Okay, that's it then.
Are they using that building for free?
They are, Joyce. They're reimbursing, they're paying for the costs of the insurance, their insurance, and they'll reimburse us for the utilities, and they're utilizing it for free.
Fantastic.
Yeah. They've been doing a lot. I've been in this area a long time. They've been a pillar in the Fairhaven community for years and years and years, and providing a lot of service for a lot of people who need it.
Yeah, I was tested in their tent in the
Yeah.
summer.
Well, I mean, anybody that needs to be tested, so that includes the board, family. I mean, the woman could not have been nicer, that Susan Lagarde, or wonderful woman. She's actually on the governor's task force for the COVID.
I had gone to her sometime when she was in private practice, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
she's
very nice.
phenomenal.
Yeah, very nice lady.
Gabe, is there a number to call if we wanted to set up an appointment with
Yeah,
them?
I'll send you you can set up an appointment, Mike, or you could just walk in, but I'll send you the contact information.
Thank you. Any other questions for Gabe? Any other comments?
I just want to, yeah, this is how they call. I just want to comment. Thank you from the Board of Alders that you went out of your way to help our residents and to get tested. And it was a great thing that we're doing, supporting our community, especially the Fairhaven, where it's spiking bad in Fairhaven right now. And I wanted to say thank you to the board and everybody that supported this. And I'm glad that we went forward and redid that conference room there, office. I mean, you know, I helped Joe do all the electrical work in there. You guys did a great thing there, fixing that up. So I want to commend this whole group that we're doing something for New Haven. Thank you.
Thank you, Sal.
Thanks, Sal.
Thanks, Al.
Any other comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries as well. Item 7 is our executive session, but considering that we have a limited battery life, do we want to?
Ernie,
We're struggling, we're close. We're
All
at
right, well,
18%.
what if we were to stay on as we were and stop the recording? Glenn, would that be all right? There isn't anybody else on.
Yeah, if Ernie just monitors and makes sure no one from the public jumps on, because that could happen.
All right, we could do that.
So keep this open to the extent you can, and then everyone on this call should mute and stop your video.
No, we're gonna stay on this call, Glenn. We're gonna stay where we are, and Ernie can monitor to see if nobody comes in. We'll just go into executive session and stop the audio recording.
How long do you see the?
5 minutes.
Okay. Let's keep.
All right?
Yeah, I know.
All right, so
We're very
So let's
tight.
motion to go into executive session because we're gonna lose the computer connection.
Yeah, and
Let me read the resolution then.
Yeah,
Item number 7, that
we're going in
So I stop recording.
as soon as Clay finishes in this motion. Go ahead, Clay.
that pursuant to section 1-206B, section 1-210B4, and section 1-225F of the General Statutes of Connecticut, by a 2/3 vote of the members of the board present and voting, the Board of Directors hereby approves to enter into executive session for the purpose of discussing strategy and negotiations with respect to pending claims or pending litigation would save the sound.
thank you.
All right, Ernie, you can stop.
Moved.
Second.
Thank you, Joyce. Second, Sal seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So everyone should probably just mute their Zoom meeting